you for calling Goodwill. This is Brad speaking.
Hey, Brad. This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
See?
Okay, so retro and vintage streetwear. It's probably one of the biggest things right now, and definitely people need some help because it's like... Okay, let's be real here. Why do all those cool kids on Instagram look so good in deep fried clothes, and then I look like I just tried to buy my outfit at Chevron or something? You know, like, right? Like thrifting and vintage shopping, probably the most bang for your buck in streetwear. But why does it seem like I'm not as good as the cool kids in the same clothes as them? Well, first of all, you're probably not. Okay, look at this guy, right? He looks like he thrifted his last name or something. But don't sweat it. You don't have to overthink it. It's actually not that hard to get better at vintage shopping and styling. You know, wait, what the hell? Is he wearing Chevron clothes? What the f is going on? Anyways, you know the drill. I'm here to solve your problem. So I put together this customer service script that'll help you get your vintage game on track because it's way more fun than, you know, just doing a list. And as long as you stick to the script, you'll be good. Just stick to the script. Just stick to the script. Just stick to the script. It's not that hard. Okay, so first step on the script is to say hello. You know, you want to greet the person that needs help. Hello, Christian. Nice to meet you. My vintage clothes suck. Why? Okay. Why? Yeah. Why? Okay, Christian. So the first thing you got to keep in mind is where you're sourcing this from. Ha. All right, you sound kind of cute. Talk to me. Tell me about it. What's sourcing? Okay, so just like anything in life, you got to think of where these things are coming from, whether it be tangible, like food, or energy, like where's that coming from? I don't know. Or intangible, like motive or emotion. Where's that coming from? Drake? I don't know. The thing that matters the most is the source. As for vintage clothes, you're going to want to pick good spots if you want good clothes. Just makes sense, like PEMDAS. To someone just starting off or getting into it, you might think to just walk into any Goodwill or Salvation Army. You know, that might work sometimes. But there are ways to optimize this so you find better stuff more often and quicker. There's no need to look through Garbo and waste your time. So this is a secret that I used to do when I was real big into thrifting. It's almost classist. It kind of is classist. It's definitely classist. But who cares? But what I used to do is I would try to get an idea of where people in, like, you know, higher economic stature are usually located, or in the words of high school me, where them rich boomers at. But really, back in Hawaii, I would drive for like an hour across the island just to get to where the better Goodwills are. And 100% of the time, I would always come out with something cooler than whatever was next to my suburban middle-class Goodwill. I talk about this piece a lot on my channel, but this patchwork shirt that I've been wearing for like 4 years or something. It's been through 3 girlfriends, but this was thrifted from a Goodwill located near a bunch of big hillside houses in Honolulu. It was this exact one. You can go there if you live in Hawaii. It's probably my favorite one. And you know, this method may just seem very like local myth-ish, but trust me, this works. One of the channels that I really love watching when I eat Subway, her name is Best Dressed. She covered this topic in like one of her recent videos, but she goes like way more in depth on like this rich boomer radar technique.
You can look up online the counties or neighborhoods in your area and look up the average age demographic. And you can also look up the average income. So you want a high income and a higher average age.
It's almost kind of scary, but that's fine.
Also, this could be used as a guide to finding out which houses you should rob, but do that.
Even though she does like more female fashion related content, I feel like a lot of what she says in this video would get across well for anyone just trying to get into vintage. And I will link her video in the description as well if I don't forget. Also, I think she lives in New York now. So if you want to see the most ill-fitting collab of all time, ever. But on top of the in real life stuff, you should totally be mindful of your online resources more than ever now. I don't really thrift in person as much as I used to because they don't like it when I talk to myself in the store. But I use Grailed almost every day just to browse their vintage selection. It was basically social media at this point. You know, you wake up at an odd time.
And good morning, guys. And it is 1 a.m. God damn it.
You browse Grailed, like a couple posts. Comment on some hot pics, you know what I mean? Slide in the DMs when you're lonely. It's the whole Big Mac. But yeah, okay, now, sir, does this solve your problem with vintage clothes? Yeah, no. I still look like crap. Got any more solutions? Okay, yeah, so sir, are you sure you've tried restarting it? Yes. Okay, yeah, so sir, are you sure you've optimized your sources? first. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, sir, the next step on the script is to look for the right stuff. Like, what do you mean? Like a relationship? Okay, yeah. So, sir, by this, I mean there's so much vintage out there. Like, you won't believe what the world's been through. I swear. Today, we're going to be learning about the red dog in the house. So, what's the red dog doing in the house? Who knows? I mean, I don't know. But I'm learning. Like, who needs history class when you can browse Grailed on your projector? World War II, what? Have you heard of McTeacher's Night? Exactly, dude. If anyone has this shirt, DM me. I will trade my firstborn. But yeah, like any skill, I feel like you have to slowly get better, especially with vintage, like when it comes to knowing what to look for. I guess it's kind of just like taste at this point, but an example is like friends, you know, like when you start making friends, if you start making friends, it's like, hell yeah. I'm taking all of them.
Oh no.
Why not? They're so cheap. I want more friends. But as you get older and do the friend thing more, you start to be more keen on your selection. Like, you know, you start to weed things out and be like, this one's a bit too basic. I'm good. Or, this one kind of smells weird. I'm good. Or this one's just fake. I'm good. Are we talking about clothes still or people? I don't know. Who knows? It's up for interpretation, I guess. I don't know. What am I saying? What I'm saying is when you start doing it more, the thrifting thing, not the friends. I mean, the friends thing too, but you get a better eye of what actually looks good or what you actually like, as opposed to just buying something because it's colorful and faded. A good way of sharpening the skill of filtering BS is just go out, you know, and do it more. Like putting your hours on the racks, sorting through a bunch of nonsense middle school sports team t-shirts and a bunch of non-profit charity walk hoodies or whatever. Or if you have social anxiety, just do it on Grailed. It's the same deal. There's a bunch of stupid crap on there too. Like, I'm just gonna scroll through and I'm gonna find something dumb that I can comment on. All right, here we go. Look at this. Eventually, you'll get an eye for it and be able to find those diamonds in the rough a lot quicker than before. But on top of finding good stuff, you gotta stay away from the overpriced crap. Like, there are a lot of boutiques out there that do this filtering for you, but they charge a crazy premium. I would suggest staying away from that and just go out and dig for yourself. And it's more fun that way. Honestly, I feel like that feeling of finding a come up is unnecessarily exciting. Like, I remember in high school, I found an old Tommy Hilfiger jacket in Goodwill for like $10, and I sold it on Grailed for $40, dude. Damn. I still think about it. I still ride off that high. Right, okay, now, sir, does this solve your problem with vintage clothes sucking, sir? Yeah, no, dude, I still look like crap. What the hell? Okay, yeah, so, sir, are you sure you've tried restarting it? Yes. Okay, yeah, so, sir, are you sure you've optimized your sources? Yes. Okay, yeah, so, sir, are you sure you've cultivated good taste? Yes. Okay, yeah, so, sir, the last thing I want you to try is to just style your clothes better. Are you saying I look like shit? The last step in the script is to style around the vintage look better. You know, you might have the best vintage and a lot of it, but if you don't know how to properly style around it, there's no point. The beauty of vintage is a lot of the time it can be personal, and I think the best way to let that shine is to style accordingly. Like, I think vintage band tees or janky camo jackets look amazing when styled with this punk or grunge wave. It's fitting. Vintage work shirts or sports jackets styled in that 90s retro vibe. It's Mac DeMarco. Everything has its place, but with vintage, you can find some cool, unique pieces suited for your wardrobe that only you're ever gonna have for like a fraction of the price of what everyone else is selling it at in big pharma.
Oh no.
But so it might not even be the pieces that are all out of whack, and it might just be the way you're incorporating them into your fits. What I'm saying is it's not me, it's you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. But if you don't like the way the clothes look on you, then there's always reselling. You know what the saying, if you love something, let it go. And if it loves you back, it'll turn a big profit on Grailed.com. The vintage market's ever growing, and I feel like reselling is a good way to make money without ruining the culture. You know, unlike sneakers or exclusive pieces, vintage is definitely intended to be passed down and traded. So starting your own boutique and selling vintage has become pretty popular recently, and people have even been taking it upon themselves to start their own web stores. Pretty big business now. Like, what's that all about? How's everyone doing that? What are they using? Squarespace or something? You know, where it's like easy to do everything or whatever. With Squarespace, you can make your own website for just about anything using their hundreds of designer templates. Make your own vintage store. Who knows what you're gonna call it, Goodwill 2. Electric Boot, Salvation Army 2, the Two Towers. I don't know. I'm using it to renovate my clothing brand's website. Like, I keep talking about this, but I can't show you because I'm gonna debut it on the launch, but I promise this isn't fake. This is real. This isn't like a fake girlfriend story where I met her on a family trip in Canada and she goes to a private school so nobody can ever meet her and we talk on the computer only, but we've kissed in real life, I promise it's not like that. I promise this website renovation thing is real, the whole rebranding. But if you plan on using a website to sell stuff like me, their e-commerce integration is perfect for everything you need. You're not gonna worry about everything. It's all there. And it's all super easy to use right from the jump. Just go to squarespace.com/frugalaesthetic for 10% off your first purchase. And I always want to support everyone's struggle. So DM me your websites on Instagram when you make them. Keep it going. I want to make some friends so I can stop talking to myself. So yeah, squarespace.com/frugalaesthetic. You could be the next Sean Witherspoon. Who knows? Probably not. But we can cry about it together. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching the video and hopefully you got some frosted tips. I want to catch up on sleep. So I'm gonna end it here. I bought a weighted blanket. Follow my Instagram at ChristianVY for more chungus. You know the drill. And shouts out to Best Dressed. Kind of inspired this video, honestly. But she's better at making videos, so go watch her vintage thing if you want to actually learn something, I guess. And help me make more New York YouTube friends, because all my friends live in LA and it's way too far. Big news coming soon. I don't know what it is yet, but big news is coming someday. It's coming.